Previously, we had sailed to the British island of Anguilla, where we toured all its white sandy beaches, visited several stunning holiday resorts, and enjoyed some beach days kitesurfing. From Anguilla, we had an exciting downwind sail to the British Virgin Islands, but annoyingly, with a little help from me, our PC lost all the video that we'd filmed on the 80-mile passage. We had arrived into Virgin Gorda on the eastern side of the BVIs and checked into Spanish Town. In this video, we have a stunning blue water sail from Spanish Town up north to Anegada. It was just 17 miles, but it was just the best Caribbean sailing. Once there, we sampled the delights of the famous local lobster and enjoy the pristine natural environment that Anegada has to offer.
Leaving Virgin Gorda and heading for Anegada.
Having a lovely upwind sail, just temporarily, 20 knots of wind, one reef in the Genoa, main just ease off a little bit. Beautiful day, and we are leaving Virgin Gorda. Storming along, lovely, real sailing. Water's pretty flat this morning, as we're in the lee of Virgin Gorda. One is in there waiting for the aft deck to be appropriately angled for sunbathing, which it's not yet. Nothing like sailing through this crystal clear blue water. Nice sail! Oh, thumbs up. And we're going past Seal and Dog Islands. I wonder which one's seal and wonder which one's dog. So we're leaving Virgin Gorda, Spanish Town down here, and we are heading across the bay here, up behind Horseshoe Reef to Anegada, where we're going to anchor in here for the night and hopefully have a nice lobster. Everyone else seems to be going downwind with just the Genoa. We're going upwind with both. Are we doing something wrong? Certainly we're sailing pretty nicely. We are waiting for the 14,999 to turn to 15,000, but it seems to be taking mile after mile after mile. I think it's stuck. Nice 15, 16 knots just in front of the beam. Nice 8.5 knots through the water. Flat sea, lovely. Come slightly off the wind a little bit, and we have hit 9 knots and 15,000 miles. 15,000 since the reef hit. What's that? 18,000 since we had the boat? Juana has lasted 18,000 miles and she's still moderately sane. Moderately. For those who get seasick, or not into sailing, or just want to see Anegada, then I suggest you jump ahead to minute 16 where the sailing finishes and we start exploring the island. To break up this long sailing scene, let's have a look at where we are in the Caribbean. The Caribbean Sea has South America to its south, Central America to its west. The larger islands on the north side are collectively known as the Greater Antilles, while the smaller islands to the southeast are the Lesser Antilles. During colonization by the Europeans, the Spanish took ownership of all the Greater Antilles, leaving England, France and the Netherlands to fight over the Lesser Antilles. The Lesser Antilles are further divided into three: the Dutch Antilles, or the Leeward Antilles, in the south, the Windward Islands from Trinidad to Martinique, and the Leeward Islands from Dominica up to the Virgin Islands. And this is where we currently are. Now let's carry on with the sailing for a few more minutes. Just look at the colour of this water we're sailing through. Absolutely delicious.
Just love the shadow of our push bit on that blue water. And now back to the geography lesson for a moment. In the west of the Leeward Islands, we just moved from Anguilla to the Virgin Islands. The Virgin Islands are a collection of very small islands just east of Puerto Rico. Let's have a closer look at them. They're split into 3 groups by governance. The British Virgins are in the east, the United States Virgins are central, and the Spanish Virgins, run by Puerto Rico, are in the west. Over the course of the next few videos, we'll cruise through all of them on our way to Puerto Rico. Now to the last bit of geography, I promise. The British Virgin Islands, or the BVIs as they're called, have numerous islands and are very popular with charter fleets. There are 4 main islands: Jos van Dijk in the west, centrally Tortola is the main island, Virgin Gorda in the east, where we're now sailing from, and lastly Anegada, which is just 17 miles north of Virgin Gorda. For anyone who still hasn't had enough of this sailing, don't miss the drone footage at the end of the video.
Arriving into Anegada.
Anegada is a flat coral island with reefs all along its north coast, facing the Atlantic Ocean. The southern shore is calm, shallow waters with lots of coral heads. The only place to anchor safely is in the southwest corner. The main anchorage is right next to the little port, but this was too shallow for us. So we chose the next bay along, which was deeper and less crowded, but slightly more exposed.
Spectacular.
This is the bay we just anchored in. You can see the main anchorage just around the corner. The disadvantage of this anchorage was the longer and rather wet dinghy ride. Here is the first of many drone views of the island to give you an idea of how it looks. First looking east, then north, and finally the western tip of the island.
Going to town, or whatever it exists ashore.
I don't think there's going to be much.
That's the town.
While going ashore, we got called to rescue a grounded charter boat.
We are helping a boat which ran aground. Let's hope our little engine here is not going to die on us. The sail on the wrong side. I'm not sure this is gonna work.
We got them off, but for some reason they left the sail like this and totally lost control of the boat. Another good reason to anchor well away from charter boats.
That was the excitement of our day. They nearly crashed into this catamaran. Here is our dinner.
I wonder if they know they're going to be dinner in a few hours.
Not much ashore here. Few beach bars, all selling lobsters. Dinner starts at 7.
We wandered along the shore investigating the different options for our much anticipated lobster dinner.
And this is Neptune's treasure, the nicest one. Well, we like it the best, so we are booked here for dinner. Lovely sand here. Glenn found a toy. Are you doing gymnastics?
Look at this beautiful piece of wood. An artist could do something phenomenal with that.
I think you should start.
I'll bring my jigsaw. Madame, come through my gate.
Thank you, sir. Glenn went fishing. Look what he caught.
That'd be the biggest
What are you
fish.
afraid? Bring him close to you. Are we in the shots here or not? There you go.
This was one damn big lobster. I felt a bit guilty holding the poor old thing, but I guess he'd soon be on the barbecue anyway. Our lobsters were thankfully much smaller relatives.
Probably can't see a thing on the GoPro, but there's a beautiful new moon just setting into the water. We're right next to the beach, having a romantic dinner. Romantic. Well, Anegada's famous for its lobster, so guess what we're having? Lobster. One each. Happy Women's Day. I promised you I'd take you out for lobster.
Sir.
You maybe have lobster tomorrow and the next day and the next day.
Definitely.
Yummy!
After our wet dinghy ride last night, we decided to try our luck in the main anchorage.
It was a rather rolly anchorage here. We didn't sleep much last night. So we are moving along one bay next to the main town. 1 mile later, here it's bouncy, not rolly. Glenn is going for the anchor check. Here it's a rocky bottom, so Glenn went into the dinghy to find a sandy spot, and he will put a marker buoy to know where to drop the anchor.
Our second attempt to anchor got us nicely secured in a sandy patch, but the depth was so marginal that the seagrass was cleaning the keel as the boat swung. Not ideal.
How was it this time?
Good, right in.
Here is the drone view of the anchorage in the distance, with the main road below us. And here, a nice aerial panorama of the island. The interior has lots of shallow salty lakes. Looking north now, you can see the reefs on the Atlantic side and the wonderful coloured water. While seeking our restaurant last evening, we discovered a free shuttle service over to the Anegada Beach Club, on the northern side, so we geared up and set off for a beach day.
At Anegada Beach Club, that's Glenn, kitesurfing.
Anegada Beach Club is a cute little place with palm-covered rooms in amongst the sand dunes. Nothing lavish, but very tastefully done. Definitely in keeping with the island's spirit. Needless to say, it's a dream place to kitesurf. Just skimming across the shallow turquoise water and reefs.
Action-packed day, now returning to Cloudy Bay.
Action-packed dinghy, full dinghy.
Yes, indeed, it is a bit bumpy and wet. Bumpy and wet. Scooter time today.
What do you think of my helmet?
No.
No?
No.
Better?
Yes.
Before we set off, let's have a quick look at the island. As we have seen, the central section is full of shallow salty lakes. The eastern end is not really accessible, still just wild scrub. The island measures 17 kilometers by 3.5 kilometers at its widest. There's only very simple accommodations scattered around the island.
Hello! Scooter time!
Our first stop is Flamingo Pond Lookout. Here we have a drone flight, hoping to catch a glimpse of the resident pink flamingo population without disturbing them too much.
6, 7, act!
Lots of wildlife in here apparently. From the air, these salty lakes have a real beauty of their own. Aha! There are the flamingos. Please note, this video sped up. We actually flew towards them very gently and zoomed in on the camera, just like paparazzi. Oops, I think they spotted us. Time to leave.
Same old Caribbean islands, full of junk. Human environmental disaster.
Our next stop is Fisherman's Wharf, next to the settlement.
Lovely smell.
Some interesting facts about Anegada.
Only 315 people live here.
And only 8 meters above sea level. A conch pile here.
We then drove through the settlement and onto Lob Lobby Bay. I love that name.
This is the settlement. Lob Lobby Bay.
That's looking straight out into the Atlantic there. It's supposed to be very good snorkeling here on the reef. This restaurant is called the Flash of Blue Beauty. What do you think of her in that helmet, eh? Quite cute, really. Look at that helmet. Isn't it wonderful? It's like a cooking bowl.
Flash of Beauty Beach Bar. View from the rooftop.
The colour of this water kind of defines Anegada. Look at it. Beautiful. Still in Lob Lobby Bay at the Lob Lobby Beach Villas. Just another beautiful bay. These guys came on motorbikes too. What a nice swim.
Deep Bay with a nice beach restaurant.
This is the Big Bamboo. Very nice, tidy beach resort. Access to Lob Lobby Bay. Just look at that blue. Nice blue, eh? Your shirt goes very well with it. Juana is doing her photography session. These lovely people. Cheers.
Cheers.
I got a smoothie. Juana's got a Coke. Nice hammocks. Lovely shade. Very relaxing, these, aren't they? Juana is in a cocoon. Oh, no, her feet are escaping. Your bum's drawing a circle in the sand.
Oh, is it?
No.
From Lob Lobby, we took the northern dirt road, occasionally taking smaller tracks to see the wonderful beach.
Dirt road again.
We love dirt roads. As long as they're not dirty. It's like we're in a desert. I feel like I'm driving in Australia. Safari on a scooter! Oh. I don't think I should go much further. Local snakes. That's a good example of a bowline.
He found a toy. Oh, and that's a perfect smiley face. Aren't you an artist?
Yours for $50. Don't go off-road, they said. Stay on the concrete, they said. One I said, no, we're going to go off-road, so we go off-road.
Nice. And the other side. Wonderful.
Nice and cool. Water temperature is lovely. Beautiful, isn't it? The west end of Lob Lobby Bay. The water is just an incredible colour out to the reef. As far as you can see, absolutely nobody. Well, that's where we were kiting down there yesterday. And
here we take a quick drone flight over Windlass Bay. You can see the small tracks below leading randomly to the beach. From here you can see the Anegada Beach Club where I was kitesurfing. What an amazing expanse of water.
Good little scooter.
Good little scooter driver.
Yes, that too.
Whoa, he says.
The western salt pond, where the pink flamingos are.
Somewhere.
Further along, and by now rather dusty, we welcomed a cold beer and lunch.
This is the Cow Wreck Bar on the western end. Quite a lively little place for lunch. And our lunch view will be this. The bunny has been off magnet hunting. Did you find any? Oh, cool.
This was an interesting little resort. It looked much better from the ground than the air.
Just had lunch at the Cow Wreck Bar. Pretty nice little joint on the beach.
Our last stop is at the western end, but while Glenn and Wanna continue their bumpy ride, let's just fly down there, it's so much easier. On the very end, there was a lovely property just newly built. They even had a helicopter in the garden.
On the tip of Anegada now, and the helicopter, and a very nice house. Splendid beach here again, and great wind for kite surfing.
This is the western extent of the northern reef, as the island shore curls around to the calmer Caribbean side. Here we are, back where we started from.
Glenn in full swing again, kite surfing. He's just showing off. Anegada Beach Club, the accommodation, the pool area, the restaurant, a very nice beach bar, and we are playing over the dunes. post-lunch exercise now. Another beautiful day on the beach. Kite surfing and sunbathing, each one with their own. Great wind again.
Anegada Reef Hotel, very colourful. The lovely beach, restaurants all along it, and the crowd of charter boats. It's really very busy this morning. It's like 3 times the boats from when we arrived last time. Bit sad to leave here, are you?
A little bit.
Feels like we've been on holiday.
So many boats anchored here now.
As we leave, we were amazed at just how many charter boats there are here now. Absolutely swamped. There is nowhere else in the Caribbean quite like it for charter volume.
Leaving Anegada, going back to Virgin Gorda.
We got off the grass bank okay, with this much under. The bottom of the keel is nicely brushed clean by the grass. By design, of course.
Of course.